Okay, hold on. Okay, all right. So today is the 3rd of October, and traditionally October is kind of one of those months that is a little challenging just because people are thinking about other things other than fitness, but we have a lot of things to our advantage this month. I'm so excited about Clean Week. I'm so excited. This is going to be a big game changer for our business in an amazing way because it's going to help people get exposed to Beachbody On Demand, our shake, and a meal plan for $30. So the price point is incredible. And it's going to help so many people see the value of what we have to give people. So I'm going to go a few different ways about promoting it. I did a post today. I was hoping for a little bit more engagement, but I know the time of day that I did it was not the best time of day. I know my time of day, and I kind of should have waited until later in the day. So I'm going to try it again. I did an event, and I'm going to work off of that. And I'm also going to private invite people to this challenge who have given me objections over the past X amount of times that I've talked to them. And I feel like it's going to be explosive for everyone. So take advantage of it. Use it however you want to promote it. Be you, use your own post. You can tweak whatever. You see other people. There's so many great ways to and I know that I've seen you guys post and it looks great the way you guys are promoting it. So anyway, I'm super excited. We could do a whole call on this, but we're not doing that tonight, obviously. Let me see if, let's see if she's on. I'm sure she'll let me know, but okay. All right. So again, really excited about this. It's going to be a really big game changer, I think, for our business. And apparently something new is coming out at Leadership, which is in November. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it was posted in the Roundtable group that something new is going to come out. Hopefully it's a consumable of some sort. We'll find out soon, but really excited about that. So what else do we have really quick? And there she is.
Sorry, I had somebody called me unexpectedly, and it was like kind of important. And I'm like, hurry up.
No, we were just going over how amazing Clean Week is going to be and how excited we are about it and how it's going to be a game changer for our business. So that was cool that you're not late at all. We're good. So
okay, good.
Yes. So really quickly, I'm going to kind of introduce our guest in case you don't know and you live under a rock, who Danielle Nationi is. She is graciously spending a little bit of time with us tonight, and we're very excited. But she is a superstar diamond coach, which is a 15-star if you're not aware, which is incredible. The CEO award winner, 81 months in Success Club 10. 81 months. Just let that sink in for a second. 5-time elite, 2012 top 10 coach. She's a live master trainer. She's obviously a modifier in Max 30. So there's just a few things that she's done well in this business. I don't know, but again, she's gracious enough to spend some time with us tonight. I'm super excited to have her. So I'm going to be quiet and let her have the stage. And thank you again for joining us, and can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Welcome. Well, thanks for having me on. Actually, you have the honor of thanking, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. How do you say her name? Is it Jael?
JL. The gorgeous, beautiful JL.
Yeah. JL. So she actually, I did a call for another team who's a smaller team. And I said, don't be afraid to ask me. I'm no different than any of y'all. The only reason I look even somewhat put together is because right before this call, I was like, let me throw on some eyelashes real quick. But I had went to this is still the same sports bra I worked out in this morning, you guys. I am just a hot mess express, just like everyone else. And so I put it on my social media. You don't have to be afraid of me. And so she was like, okay. She said, I'm not to be afraid. So she reached out to me and asked if I'd be on this call. And so I said, of course. So actually, y'all have heard a thank for me being on this call tonight. So in case you don't know me, I wanted to give you just a super quick intro into who I am and how I came into Beachbody, because I also don't want you to put me on any kind of weird pedestal in case you do know me. Yes, I'm a Superstar Diamond coach, and yes, I won the CEO award, and yes, I've been in videos, and if you're a live trainer, if you do Insanity Live, you may be very, very familiar with me, but I don't want any of that to deter you from understanding that 7.5 years ago, I was just a girl who was broken. I joined April 15th, 2010. I know the exact date I joined because I was an elementary school teacher. And on the 15th of the month, that was the day we got paid. And so that was the day anything happened. And that was the only day anything could happen. And so I spent the money that day to become a coach. I had no idea anything about Beachbody. I had never done one of our programs. I had never heard of who we were. I was fairly certain that my coach was calling it wrong when she said it was P90X. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's called PX90. So, I came into this really differently than most people. I didn't come into it with a love for our products and programs like a lot of people do. What I came into it for was looking to, could I be one of those people? I came into it with this idea of, well, why not me? And my upline sponsor, her name's Jackie Woodfin, was Bull at the time. And she had this big blonde hair, and she's from Texas, and she's like East Texas with a sweet Southern voice. And she was everything that I wanted to be. She was poised and well-spoken and beautiful. And she looked at me and she said, Danielle, you will crush this. Okay. Like, I didn't know anything about it. I was in debt. And when I say in debt, I don't mean just like regular credit card debt like a lot of Americans. I mean, was not only in credit card debt, I was in what's called payday loan debt. And I don't know if you know much about payday loans or if they're even still legal, but basically the interest rate on those is like 70%. And so you have like a week to pay them off. And so what would happen is I wouldn't have the money to pay off that payday loan debt. So I'd take out another payday loan to pay off that payday loan debt until I was, somebody's not muted, until I was 9 payday loans deep. And what I found myself was creditors were calling my work. They were calling my parents. They were calling they were basically, I would walk into a store and alarms would go off and it'd be like, no, don't give anything to this girl. Like, that's really where I was. I was an elementary school teacher, and my children were smaller at the time. They're 16 and 11 now, which is crazy. And I was in a different marriage, and I was in an unhealthy marriage, two-way unhealthy. So it's not like it wasn't physically abusive, just two-way unhealthy. We could not be any more different. We were just young. We were young and pregnant and tried to make it work, and we couldn't. And I was miserable. I was completely unhappy, and I was trying to pretend to be perfect. But meanwhile, I was in an unhappy marriage. I could not make it paycheck to paycheck. And I taught in an affluent school. So what I was doing was pretending because I didn't want anyone to notice. Because here's the other thing. This is going to sound really like shady, but when you're a somewhat attractive woman, people assume your life is easy. Okay. So I couldn't let on that, no, people just looked at me and assumed, oh, she's young and she's pretty and she's got beautiful children. And so life must be fine. But it wasn't. And so when I met Jackie and she said to me, Danielle, I make more doing this than I do anything else. And I help my family pay my mortgage. I thought, well, I have no idea what a Beachbody coach is, but she's so beautiful and she seems to believe in me. Maybe. And I know this sounds cheesy. I know this sounds really cheesy, but there was something in that moment with her in that room with that hair and that sweet Southern voice that I thought, Danielle, this might be the thing that forever changes the course of your life. And I tell you all of that because you see me now and you're like, oh, she's in the videos, and oh, she has a huge social media following, and oh, her business is so successful. And if I don't remind you that, you guys, my life was utter shit when I started, and I'm like, I hope that's okay. But it was. the girl that joined 7.5 years ago is not the woman that I am today by any stretch of the word. I'd never touched our workout programs. I had no social media following. I was pretty upset MySpace was over. Anyone have a MySpace account back in the day, right? I was like, damn, I really was good at making those glittery backgrounds. So I didn't come into this with a huge following or any of that. I was just a girl who needed a solution. It was just a girl who was looking for something different. And so Tom is your friend. So I wanted to give you that background so that you understand that I am no different than you. Where I am today is because of one thing and one thing only: hard work. Hard work. It was not luck. It was not talent. It was not skill. It is that I am just a hard worker, and I believe in who we are and what we do. So what I want to share with you today is how to get back some love into your business. I'll be honest with you, my 7.5 years have been consistently awesome. In other words, people leave my business, coaches leave, I don't sell every challenge pack. I still get told no, but overall, every year has been an increase. And while I go through struggles in my business, there's never been a moment where I thought, I'm done. I'm out. This is not fun. I'm over it. Like, if you prick me, I bleed Beachbody Blue. And I think that's why in 2016, I was awarded the CEO award winner. It is literally the thing I am the most proud of from a professional standpoint. And I think that is because you can't shake my belief in this company. You can't shake what I love about who we are and what we do. I just had a diamond coach a month ago just text me. She didn't even have the audacity, she didn't even have enough respect for me to call me. She texted me to say, oh, and by the way, I'm leaving to go, to another MLM, and I won't say which one. Bye. It happens to me too. So I don't want you to think that there's never been a time where it hasn't been a struggle, but it doesn't matter because I love this business so much. And I'm going to share with you why I love it so much and how you can get a little bit of fun back in your business. And there is a very real chance that something I say contradicts something that you've heard before or that you've even heard from your own leader. Remember, there is no black and white in this business, so take everything with a grain of salt. You may like some of what I say. You may not like some of what I say. You may agree with some of it. You may not agree. So I'm going to simplify this business for you, and I'm going to bring the fun back into it so that in case you are ever at a point where I just don't know if I love this anymore, you're going to be reminded that you do. But first, I got to give you a backstory again, okay? Because the theme of this call is you come first. And I want you to write that down in giant letters, in all caps, with exclamation points and big underlines and lots of circles. And when I explain this to you in a minute, it's going to become like an aha, and you're going to see how I run my business every single day, and you're going to realize why I still love it and why I've been pretty successful at it. So let me back that up into why I believe so wholeheartedly in you come first before I explain how it fits into your business. Okay. So I was at a beauty pageant like a year and a half ago. I went to support a friend at the Mrs. America pageant. Okay. So I'm in the audience, and, I don't know if you've ever been to a beauty pageant, but all the women traipse across the stage, and they're down to the final 6. Okay. So they're all standing there in their little pose, and then they have an on-stage question. And beauty queens, they twist. Doesn't matter what the question is, they're going to say what they want to say, right? They're going to make it get there. So this one woman, I forget what the question was. She says very proudly, it's never about me. It's just never about me. It is all about my husband and all about my children. Everything I do is for them, and it is never about me. And of course, the crowd is like this. And I look at my husband and I'm like, that is complete and utter BS. That is complete and utter BS. That is exactly what is wrong with especially women in this world today. Now listen, I love my children and I love my husband. If you follow my husband and I on social media, you're probably like, bleh, could they be any more vomit monster, right? And that's legitimately how we are. And I love my children wholeheartedly. But you know what? It is not all about them. Everything I do is not all about them. And just because I'm a wife and a mother, and men, this goes for you as well, you just replace the word woman with male. But just because I'm a wife and a mother does not mean I lost my identity, and does not mean that I lost my ability to become important, to matter, to have goals, to have dreams, to have vision. So I preface that by saying the reason that I am successful has nothing to do, yes, I needed to get out of debt. And yes, I had a goal and a dream. But the reason that I'm successful in this business is because I am my own number one top priority. And we're going to break that down very simple. And that's how I run my business today. The way that I started 7.5 years ago to the way I run my business every single day. I'm sweating. I'm like all fired up. I'm preachy. I can't take this off though because it's just a sports bra. So anyway, here's the thing. We're going to go into 6 categories in which you come first and how that's going to help you build your business. So category number 1 is fitness. No brainer. Here's the thing. I got pregnant at 22 years old. Okay. At 22, I was smart enough to figure out that I was not going to be that woman. I was not going to be the woman who said, oh, I'm overweight because I just had a baby. How old is your baby? 4. Okay. That's not a baby. That's a kid. It's a 4-year-old talking child. You know that woman. You've met that woman who's like, oh, I'm overweight because of my kids. How old are your kids? Well, they're in college, really. So at 22, I said to myself, Danielle, you will not be that woman who uses her kids as an excuse to be out of shape. And so back then, I don't know, do y'all know who Denise Austin is? Right? Did y'all used to watch her on Lifetime? So she came right after the Golden Girls and Designing Women in the morning. And then I would do her little beach workouts right there in my living room. I knew, like, even then I was like, okay, I am going to figure out a way to get movement in my body. I somehow in my 22-year-old mind was smart enough to know that I deserve 30 minutes a day to work out. Now, how does that apply to your business? Because this is like it or not, you are in a fitness business. I always tell my coaches, we do fitness first. Now, fit looks different. I don't mean that you have to look like me, because if we're being completely honest, it's actually harder to look like me and run this business than it is to be somebody who has a journey. I don't have a side-by-side physical transformation. That's actually like harder. So this matters in your business because you run a fitness business. If you are not pressing play every single day on one of our workout programs, I don't understand what you're doing. That is your number one job requirement. It would be like if Steve Jobs walked around with an Android. It makes zero sense whatsoever. Now, does that mean you can't go for a run every once in a while, or you can't take a Zumba class at your local Zumba studio? Nope, not saying that. But 100% of the time when someone asks me, well, Danielle, clearly your results must come from something else. No, they don't. No, they don't. For the past 7.5 years, I have worked out between the cat and the couch in my house, pressing play with a beach body workout. And you know what? You don't have to like every single workout. You don't. You do not have to like every single program, but you do have to try them, because just because I love Insanity, I guarantee you some of you will never ever do Insanity in your entire life. And you know what? That's okay, because you might do Country Heat, or you might do 22-minute hardcore, or you might do the 21-day fix. It is my job to press play on one of our workouts every single day, not only for my personal fitness, but because that's how I can prescribe and suggest to you, my future challenger and customer, what to do. But if you don't put you first, when are you working out? If you're so busy running this business and you don't think I see them, you could probably list 5 coaches right now you follow on social media that you're like, whoa, what happened to them? Where you've watched them become more successful, and the more successful become, the more outward they grow. It's the truth. You could name 5, I guarantee you. And again, fit comes in all different shapes and sizes, but a lot of coaches do this. They press play every single day, they have amazing results, and that in turn helps them build their business. Now all of a sudden they're diamond or beyond, and they think, oh, well, I don't have to work out as much. I've got to get on this call. I've got to do this. I've got to run my team. I've got to be inspiring, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do any of that. My number one job responsibility every single day is to press play. And you know what? It is a non-negotiable. I will not do any other stitch of Beachbody business in my day until that workout is done. Right now I'm doing the 80-day obsession because I'm part of that test group. And so originally, so anyway, like the long story of that is they're filming them live and you had the opportunity to do it at the same time, which was 11:30 my time. I blocked it out on the entire calendar. So guess what? No diamond training calls during that time. I'm busy. I'm working out. It is that important because here's the thing. The healthier you are, the happier you are. The longer you live, the better wife you are, the better husband you are, the better spouse you are, the better coach you are. You cannot be an effective coach if you're not working out. You're not a great mom if you're not working out. So those moms that are like, oh, I have no time to take care of me. You are less of a mom. Like your children are not an excuse to not work out. They're every reason to work out. And the same is true about your Beachbody business. Your business, your team is not a reason that you don't have time to press play on a 30-minute workout, for goodness sakes. It is every reason that you need to. The reason that I am here in this house with my husband in earning 7 figures a year, insert income disclaimer there, is because every single day I press play on my workout. That is the first thing. You come first, and that means your Beachbody workout. So you can, when you get off this call, okay, number one homework is every single day press play. I can do that. You can do that. You can press play on a workout because it is important for your business, but it's also important for your health. You guys have seen Legally Blonde. Happy people don't just shoot their husbands. Where do they get this? From endorphins, from working out. You've seen that, Elle Woods, right? So that's thing number one is your fitness. Thing number two, and you come first, is your nutrition. And I know you don't like this, but here's the thing. You also have enough time to eat healthy. Here's something you can't control. You can't control time. You've heard it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. That's true. Like that's not just like a cliche. That is true. It is what you decide is a priority in your life. When you eat food that makes you less healthy, you are less healthy. You are less optimal. You do not run at the same level that you potentially could. So when a mom says, I don't have time to eat healthy. Well, guess what? You again are less to the people who need you at that point because you are not operating at full capacity. So you're telling me that life is so hard and so busy that you have no choice but to eat Cheetos and pizza? I don't buy it. Favorite meal in this house, I call it pack. You know what that is? Plain ass chicken. Means you just take some chicken breast, throw some seasoning on it, put it in the oven, boom, comes out. Everyone loves pack in this house. It's easy, it takes 30 minutes, requires no effort whatsoever. You have time to eat healthy. And guess what? It's part of your job description. You know what part of that job description is? Drinking your shake. And I don't care. Here's the deal. My favorite way to make my shake, I make it the same way every single day when I'm at home, okay? I like 4 ice cubes. Yes, 4, okay? So 4 ice cubes. I use vegan cafe latte. I use almond milk or some kind of milk substitute. Then 1 scoop of peanut butter or almond butter. Then I lick the spoon because that's the best part of using peanut butter. Like if you use PB2, you can't lick the spoon, okay? So I lick the spoon. And then I put in Power Greens. And then if I travel, I put in Fiber Boost. Bleep, blend it. Okay, that's how I drink it at home. When I travel, you want to know what I do? I don't even pack a cup anymore or a blender half the time. I literally keep a plastic spoon in my bag. I take a cup, pour it in there with a little bit of water, enough to make it a pudding, and I eat it like a pudding. Why? It is in my job responsibility to drink Shakeology every single day. And not only that, okay, I am better when I'm healthier. What makes me healthier? That shake. I firmly believe that to the depths of my soul. My parents drink it. My husband drinks it. My kids drink it. If I like you in any form or fashion, you drink it. Matter of fact, if I don't like you, I don't tell you about it. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But you get my point, right? So part of me coming first means I care of me. If I turned 39 this month, okay? On October 29th, I turned 39. And we were just talking about this earlier today. I'm like, God, that seems so old. Like next year. However, I am aging in reverse. I firmly believe that I am aging in reverse because I come first. You guys have seen that. You've been on an airplane. They do the safety demonstration. And what do they say? They say, put on your air mask before you put on somebody else's. Why? Because if I can't freaking breathe, I can't help you. So if I am not running at my optimal level, I can't be a great coach to you. I can't be a good wife to you. I can't be a good mom to you. And how do I run at optimal level? By fueling my body with the nutrition that it needs, the dense superfood nutrition that it needs. It is literally in your job description to drink that shake come hell or high water. And it doesn't matter whether you blend it up your favorite way in the blender or if you stir a little water in it and eat it with a spoon, but it is in your job description to fuel your body with good nutrition. So every single day I wake up, I drink that shake, I do my workout, and that's putting me first. At no point have I talked about my team yet, my husband yet, my children yet, nothing. Because if I am not operating at top level, if I constantly give everybody if I put myself last, I will always give everybody my worst. But if I put myself first, I'm always giving everybody my best. Okay? So far, you have 2 job descriptions. You got to focus on your fitness and focus on your nutrition. And listen, that doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, so how many macros do you eat? And what about your calories? And are you ketogenic? And oh, but your Shakeology and paleo. And I don't care about any of that. You know what not to eat. You know what not to eat, don't you? Okay. So maybe you don't know what the perfect time is to eat kale. And you're not really sure about shoving, how many, I don't speak fix. Believe it or not, I have no idea how many purples you're supposed to have in a day, or really when people are like, oh my God, I just had extra purple. I'm like, wait, purple, what? Doesn't matter. You know what not to eat. So start there. Okay. Number 3. Okay. Here you go. An area that you probably all suck at, and you can own it in a second, is sleep. How many of you know for sure you are not sleeping enough? If you're not raising your hand, you're probably lying. You're probably lying. Fun fact. Oh, I'll just sleep when I'm dead. No, you'll just be dead. Here's the reality. You can go, and I'm totally going to mess this up. I'm like paraphrasing it, sweating, and I can't take this off because I'm in my sports bra. It's something like you can go, again, making this up, like 3 weeks without food, 2 weeks without water, but only 7 days with you, like literally will shut down and die. Literally. What? Sleep is important. I'm going to recommend a book to you. It's called Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevenson. You need to get it. And I listen to it on Audible if you want. Read it. I don't care. Sleep Smarter. Here's the thing. In the order of importance in your life, it's sleep, nutrition, then fitness. Sleep comes first. 9 times out of 10 when I'm working with one of my challengers, and they're like, but Danielle, I've been doing Insanity Max 30, and I push so hard, and I totally been eating clean, been using all my containers, but I'm just not losing weight. I'm like, tell me about your sleep. Oh, I don't know. I get like 5 hours. There's your problem. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to misquote this too, but my husband always says this. One night of crappy sleep of less than 6 hours, your insulin level is the same as like a type 2 diabetic. Sleep literally is the most important thing that you can do. But here's what especially females will say. I have no time to sleep. The kids have sports, and I've got a regular job, and I've got to make dinner, and I'm trying to run this business. And so what do? The first thing that goes is what? Is sleep. But that is literally the most important thing that you need in your life. Here's what's also interesting. Why as a culture do we make it seem indulgent if someone gets 8 hours of sleep? Like it's almost like a negative, like, oh, must be nice that Natalie. No, it's not. What's nice about that? She needs it. That's what our bodies need. It's a minimum requirement for your body to run an optimal level. Why is that indulgent? Why does that make her lazy? Why is there we rejoice somebody who's like, I just got 4 hours of sleep last night, and man, I'm just running on, making it happen. And we're like, wow, I really admire that. I don't admire it. And I used to do it. I'm not claiming that I didn't used to do that. But in this household, and my husband is like a titan about it. absolutely must get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And on days where we don't have anything, no responsibilities, nobody has to be anywhere, all phones must be off, all alarms must be off, and everyone has to sleep until their body naturally wakes. You come first, and that means that your sleep matters. If you really want to rock this business, you've got to get more sleep. And I guarantee you that's something opposite that a lot of people are telling you. They're telling you, oh, you work a full-time job and you're trying to run this business. Oh, you need to sleep less, girl. Bullshit. That's so not operating. Your neurons are not firing correctly. You are literally less awesome with less sleep. Truth. Listen, I have a huge business. Okay. I have 5 business centers. If you include my husband, that's 6. I'm a superstar diamond in my first business center, an 8-star diamond in my second business center, a 3-star diamond in my third business center, a 2-star diamond in my fourth business center, a diamond in my 5th business center. Okay. Like I have a big business. I also create every single Insanity Live workout that has ever, like, Sean doesn't create those. I create those. I have 2 kids. And if you think you got young kids, you think you're busy now, wait until their social calendar is busier than yours. I'm always like, oh, wait till you have teenagers. Let me tell you what, between volleyball and choir and band and, all these different things. But guess what I still have to do? I still have to sleep. I still have to sleep. If I want to get on this call and speak life into you, I can't do it if I'm operating at half battery power. What happens as this phone starts to lose its charge, blah, 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 right? At some point, it's going to shut off. And if every single day you are consistently an hour here, an hour here, an hour here, an hour here, this phone is no longer going to operate at the rate in which it should. I'm giving you permission to sleep more. What that means, though, is that you will have to be more intentional with your time during the day. That means less scrolling. Want to know when I scroll? It's what I call the new newspaper. Do you know what I mean? Right? Men, you know what I mean? When back in the day, your dad used to bring a newspaper and you see what I'm saying? That's where all my best Instagram scrolling comes. Other than that, I ain't got no time for it. I have no idea what anybody else is doing on social media, because if I'm going to get sleep and be optimal and really operate my business correctly, then when I'm on my computer and when I'm doing stuff, I've got to be doing stuff that moves my business forward. If you're like, I don't have time for sleep, check how much you're really scrolling on social media, how much you're really being intentional with your time. So far, you've got 3 things that you're required to do in order to run a successful business. Press play on a workout, drink your shake and eat healthier, and to get proper sleep. Next one, your brain. When I first started, I skipped this one. I was like, listen, I'm not doing this personal development nonsense. I don't cut up Barbie heads and put them in a shoe box under my bed. I'm totally normal. Personal development is just for lunatics. I'm not doing it. And in my mind, I was like, okay, so wait a minute. You want me to work my full-time job as a teacher and raise my kids and run this business? Oh, and you think I have time to read? I'm not doing it. Okay. That's what I thought. What I realized is that it literally is just as important as fueling my body with proper nutrition. You must feed your brain as much as you feed your body, hands down. I know for sure I'm a better wife, a better mother, a better friend, a better person, a better coach because of personal development. And I don't care how you consume it. I consume it in multiple facets. I always have a physical book that I'm reading, and I always have an audible book I'm listening to, and I always have a podcast I'm listening to, and I always have like a training coming into my inbox. Like the more ways that I can consume it, the better. Because what I know is this. When I first started, very Eeyore, right? Now, like, you can't touch me. Like, I'm so confident, you can't even touch me. Why? That came with personal development. That came with feeding my brain with good information. And let's be honest, you guys, there is a ton of negativity, just ickiness out there in the world today, that if you are not constantly feeding your brain as much as you fuel your body, then you will not thrive in this business. And I can't tell you what book to read or listen to because I don't know what you need in your life. That's the thing about personal development. It's personal. What areas do you know that you need to seek out? And there's also personal development as in like inner personal development, and then there's business and skill development, two totally different things. So right now I am finishing listening to, for like the third time, the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, because she's totally my jam. I really love her. If you haven't listened to that or read it, I highly recommend listening to it. And I'm reading High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, okay? And then I'm listening to like a ton of different podcasts. Like I just can't get enough. I fit that into my day no matter what, because if I'm going to put me first, I have to fuel my body, my brain as much as my body. And I have to pick things that I like. Don't just listen to a book because somebody told you to. I am not scared to go, nope, don't like that book, not finishing that one. You know it's okay, right? You don't have to finish a book. Just because somebody told you it's good doesn't mean you connect with it and doesn't mean you have to like it. I'll be honest, I don't see why everyone likes Gary Vee so much. I'm like, meh, not my jam. Like, I don't dig him. So I realize that. So just because everyone else likes him doesn't mean I have to. That's the thing. If I come first, I have to make my personal development personal. I'm going to fit it in to make sure that I'm running as the best me possible by putting in the things. Here's another person I don't get, Gabrielle Bernstein. I'm like, I tried real hard. I was like, okay, I'm going to do her May Cause Miracles. I'll read one chapter a day. And it was so airy-fairy for me. And clearly I'm not airy-fairy. I was like, I don't get it. But I have some coaches who are like, they love her, right? So don't be scared to not read a book or to not listen to a book. It has to fit into you. So far, here's your job requirements. Wake up, drink a shake, do a workout, read a book. Whoa. Pretty challenging. And you're like, Danielle, you probably do more than that. I really don't. That's what I've done so far today. I did my workout. I drank my shake. I listened to the 5-Second Rule. I read 2 chapters in High Performance Habits. Went to the grocery store. I'm doing this call. I got on one other call, or I got on the surge. But that's it. I mean, I really didn't do anything life altering. And that's basically every day. Because, hey, newsflash, are you ready for this? Fancy graphics don't mean squat. You can create every training that you think. You can create every fancy graphic that you want. You cannot train your way into being a good coach. You cannot train your way into showing that Beachbody gets results. You cannot watch enough videos to convince somebody to drink Shakeology. Okay, next one, self-care. Now, self-care is not just a cute hashtag for Sundays. Hashtag self-care Sunday, got my nails done. Okay, fine. But the reality is this too, like the mom who's like, or dad, who's like, oh, I just don't have any time. Oh my gosh, I'm running this business and I've got these kids. And, meanwhile, you've got like, all your roots are sticking out and your clothes have holes in them. And you haven't had like 30 minutes to yourself in 5 years. Not okay. If that means that your self-care is just waking up 30 minutes before everyone else and sitting quietly in the dark with a cup of coffee, that is self-care. You need that for your sanity. The next time your husband says, what can I get you for your birthday? Say, give me an hour. Give me 1 hour. 1 hour where I can just leave and do whatever I want. It is important for your mental well-being. You have enough time. You matter enough. Just because you're somebody's wife, somebody's mother, somebody's coach, just because I'm the leader of a large team doesn't mean that I don't get to exist as a human. And guess what? I feel like it is more important for me too, because what I do duplicates down. And what I don't want is to create a team of like frazzled women. I don't want to create a team of frazzled women who literally have no idea that their kid just got an A on a paper because their face is in their phone like this. Well, hold on. I got to answer this about Shakeology. There's no time. You've been wearing the same clothes for 5 days, haven't eaten, haven't slept, but you sold a challenge pack, so life is good. Nope, doesn't work that way. All right, and the last one. You have to make time for your own personal business building activities. Here's what happens. You're a coach. You sign 2 coaches. It's probably your mom and your husband, but whatever. You have 2 coaches, now you're Emerald. I have no time. You guys, I'm just so focused on my team so focused on my team. I've got to make these trainings and make these videos and make these graphics. I didn't make Success Club this month because I'm just so focused on my team. You guys, my number one job every month first is to hit Success Club. That's my number one job first. And do you know that every month still, here I am, 81 consecutive months of 10 or higher. Every month I'm like, oh no, it says 0. Ugh, this is going to be the month that I don't hit it. It is my number one job to hit Success Club first. I can't be a leader to my team if I don't put my business building activities first. I have to hit Success Club first. I have to press play on my workout. I have to show that being proof the products works. I have to do my personal development, because if I don't do any of that, the people underneath me, this team that I so think that I'm doing everything for, doesn't have an example to follow with. You've heard it. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Well, whatever I do, they will do, or whatever I don't do, they will do. So it is mine. I truly feel it is my number one job to press play on a workout every single day, to drink my shake every single day, to read and listen to personal development every single day, and to hit Success Club, to bring in new coaches and new challengers to my business. That is my number one job. And then, and only then, when I've achieved that, then can I start thinking about setting up a team call or making a graphic. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have a ton of fancy graphics and I don't have a ton of fancy training. Want to know why? Because the number one way to build this business is to talk to real live people. The only way for you to grow your business, here's my simple formula for what I do every day in my business. I wake up, I drink my shake, I do my workout, I read a book, and I talk to people both in person and online, and I repeat. I wake up, I drink a shake, I do my workout, I read a book, and I talk to people both in person and online, and I repeat. Let me say it one more time for you. I wake up, I drink a shake, I do my workout, I read a book, and I talk to people in person and online, and I repeat. That is what has made me a 7-figure annual income earner. That is what has made me a 5-time, soon to be 6-time elite coach. That is what made me have 7 of my own personally sponsored elite coaches underneath me. Because that's the system I teach. There is no training that can help you do that. If you are not proof that our products work, it doesn't matter. The person on the other end of social media needs to see that you are giving them a system in a box, that if you can do it, so can they. And if you are doing outside workouts or not doing any workouts at all, oh, you know, everyone slips. Sure they do. You're right. But if you're slipping more than you're rising, that's a problem. The vitals are the vitals for a reason, not just because they're cute on a graphic. It's because it works. I seriously, if you were, every time I'm asked, why are you so successful? I'm like, I'm consistent. I show up every single day. That's it. I don't have fancy tricks. I don't spend a lot of money on Facebook ads. My social media grew 1 follower at a time, 1 post at a time. You're like, oh, but you're in videos. Shit, that didn't do nothing for me. How many people are in videos who are coaches who haven't done jack squat with the fact that they're in a video? Matter of fact, I have to work harder to be relatable. It is so hard to get you to like me. Nobody likes the girl with the 6-pack abs and the perfect looking husband. Nobody likes that girl. I have to work so hard for you to like me. So the reality is this business has been overcomplicated by every single coach in this network. I don't put you in a 30-day Coach Basics training group. Oh, wait. So let me get this straight. You're overweight and stressed out and you want to lose weight. I somehow convinced you to become a coach because, oh, girl, trust me, people are going to be asking about your results. You're still working a full-time job. You're already stressed out. And I'm like, oh, and by the way, I'm going to force you to do homework every day for 30 days. And I'm going to make you feel really bad about it when you don't finish it. We have overcomplicated this business so much. You want to bring the fun back to your business? You want to start seeing results? Here it is. Wake up, drink a shake, do your workout, read a book, talk to people both in person and online, and repeat. And as you grow, you can start adding in, okay, we do a team call on Mondays. Great. I make sure they know their stuff, but I'm also not a babysitter. You signed up to be an independent Team Beachbody coach. You did not sign up to be an employee. You are a grown-ass adult who is more than capable of looking something up in Google or in the FAQ. So that's all I have to say. But the moral of the story is this. Tomorrow, when you wake up, You are no longer allowed to put yourself on the back burner. You are no longer allowed to say that, oh, I'm just somebody's wife. I'm just somebody's mom. Oh, it's all about my team. No, you come first. And when you make yourself your number one priority, I promise you, you will not only flourish in life, but you will business. That is all I have to say about that. I am done.
Okay. So obviously there's a lot of thread in the chat, but everybody's obviously very inspired. And again, this is very, it's simple, and you simplified the business and to where I know we all overcomplicate it. And I know that when you first started, I wrote down one thing and you said, why not you? And that was your coach said that to you. And I remember, I think you may have been on stage at Disney Success Club trip.
I was. Yeah, that was a really bad outfit. I remember that outfit.
Okay, so I remember sitting in the audience. I was a brand new, shaky, like falling apart diamond as of that week. 9 months in the business, I was very, I remember hearing that over and over again while everybody was out with doing their Disney stuff at Epcot, and I was sitting by myself, solely by myself, no team, nobody with me. And I kept hearing, why not you? Why not you? And I remember getting chill bumps, and it was, why not you? And so anyway, that just resonated with me when you said that beginning of the call. But anyway, this was amazing. And I know everybody got a ton out of it. This thread is exploding. And yes, I did record it, so don't worry. I will share it with the team, and you can share it with your team as well. But does anybody have any questions? I know it's 10 till 9, so we need to respect her time. But does anybody have anything really quickly before we let her go? Thank you.
I'm like, no, she's going to get all preachy.
The whole time you're saying, I'm going to take my jacket off, but I only have a sports bra. We're like, whatever. Like, we're cool with you getting a 6-pack.
I would never. Oh my gosh, no way. I don't know if you'll notice that, like, even in my Instagram stories, if I have on a sports bra and I notice that it's like I always put my hand over it, I'm just always – it's interesting. When you're younger, like, I was all about, like, showing off my midriff. And, like, the older I get, the more I find being covered is sexy. Yeah. So it's like I'm like, cover it up.
Girl, I just turned 40 this last month, so I know all of that. Oh, aging.
Aging in reverse, y'all. Aging in reverse. But seriously – just wake up tomorrow knowing that this really doesn't have to be that complicated. If you've lost the joy in it in any way, shape, or form, it's because we kind of forced ourselves to. We've made it harder than it really has to be. But you have the power in you to wake up tomorrow with a different mindset. It's seriously that easy. Matter of fact, you can do this. My husband and I do this. I know it's silly, but you can literally go, okay, as soon as you get off this call, I want you to just take your hands and go, and you throw out any negative energy, negative thoughts, any negative anything. And then literally you just like shake it and boom, like that's it. I know it seems silly, but we do it all the time. And that's how you get out any negativity. And you wake up tomorrow and you're like, okay, today is going to be different. I'm going to look at this differently. I'm going to make myself a priority again. And by doing so, I will be a better coach to your challengers. You'll be a better coach to your team. And overall, it'll just be a happier person. Nobody wants to run a business and be miserable, especially not this one. It's a fun business, right? So bring back the fun again. And the way you do that is by being your number one challenger and making you a priority again. So that's all I have to say. Thank you, Jael, for reaching out to me and asking me to be on your call. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I am going to go take this jacket off.
All right, let's get a team picture, and then we'll let her go. And then, all right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 screens, so let me get the other side. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. 1, 2. Oh, what am I doing wrong? There we go. Oh, all right. Shit. Sorry, guys.
In case I was on that page, you gotta do it again because I moved just in case I'm on that page. Am I on that page?
I just did. So if you're not, if your screen doesn't show your picture and you want it on, go ahead and do it really quickly. All right. All right. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, and let's go to the next screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate you and your time and everything that you shared. And have an amazing rest of the night. And look forward to seeing you at Leadership. And bye. You guys, if you want to stay on for a second, if you have anything to comment on, let's see.
Hey, Natalie, just want to say thanks for opening this up to the rest of Team Coaches in Motion. And I'm really thankful for Danielle speaking to us tonight. So thanks.
Thanks for hopping on, and thanks, JL, again so much. I know that was really cool of you just to reach out and then share it with everybody else. So anybody else have anything before we let go? I know it's 9 o'clock or 8 till. Anything? All right. Well, let's rock the rest of the week. We have some exciting things going on, and I look forward to Clean Week. I've got a group started. I have only added Diana, so I need to add everybody, or you guys can click if you want to join the team, or if you want to run your own, obviously that's cool too, but I wanted to offer it to if you wanted to have a team-wide group Clean Week, so the more the merrier. But anyway, I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining, and I will see you in the team page.